Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to flip through of my finished August Creative Daily Journal, where I actually this month used a pre-made traveler's notebook and a journal kit that I put together. Now I'm going to go through the journal kit first so you can see how much stuff is actually left, because I'm also curious to see how much stuff is left. And whatever's left is going back in its rightful places. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm not gonna keep that little scrap. I barely used any of some of my stuff here. The papers that I have torn like this are gonna go in my journaling kit. Same with even this one. This is a bigger scrap, so I'm gonna keep this one. This one I'm going to get rid of. It's smaller. I used a good amount of these stickers I'm shocked about. I could probably put them back on that other sticker page. I used a good amount of these. Those will go back. I used some of these stickers. I didn't use many of these, so these will go back. I used all but 2 of the doilies. I'm thinking of doing another kit. I'm never going to go through the washi. That's just, unless it's at the end, I can put away my ink and my, I don't know why there's a pen in there. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full sheets I did not use. I'm just going to put those back in my 6x6. This I just found and threw in the box. That was not part of it, and that fell out of there. And then I have these. Okay, I think I didn't do too bad. I used a good amount of the paper, a good amount of this paper. Just put these back so I don't lose them, and these will go in with my journaling papers, and then the rest of the stuff I'll put back later. But I don't think I did too bad. What do you think? You let me know down below. What do you think? Did I do horribly? I tried to use a lot of what I pulled out. Was there not just a single girl? Oh, I put her on top already. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Oh, my thing came apart. You see that? We'll just put it on top. All right. But there we go. I don't think that was too bad at all. All right. Now let's get to the flip through. So I did run out of pages. My lovely boyfriend told me that the only time I get the pages right is when I have a ring journal, because I can add pages in. I count. You guys watch me count. You see me count. How I mess up every time, I don't know. The beginning of the month, I started on the 3rd because I know I screwed up. I missed pages. So some of the pages were stuck together. And it says, well, I've discovered my fuck up. Yep. Yeah, At least I discovered it very early on in the month. Okay. My kid had his first hangover on this day. I told him, Mama knows best. I told him, if you don't want a hangover, you need to drink water. Drink water in between your drinks, and make sure you take Advil and drink water when you get home. And you know what he said to me? They don't have water at a bar. That child. Okay. So it was a high of 72 today. It was beautiful. So I made, Annie Ann style pretzels. I wanted to say peppers for some reason, and homemade English muffins, which by the way were delicious. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, the dog took a 3-hour nap after dinner. Literally, he was out. He got up halfway for a drink and to go to the bathroom, and then went back to bed. It was so funny. All right, so I woke up this morning early and started the baby album that I was working on. You guys won't see that till October, that video. But I got stuck on the cover. We went to the store. We went to Ollie's. And this is the day that I got the twin wire loops for the cinch for $1 a box. So this was early on in the month, the 4th. If you saw, I did get more stuff from Ollie's later on in the month. I just posted that video recently. And, oh, I hit my toe with the weed whacker. Yo, guys, that freaking really hurts. It hurts so bad. All right, I finished my son's. I'm making him a D&D. I made him a D&D cross stitch for Christmas, and I read, what, 2 books. My KU subscription is almost over, and I'm not going to renew right now. I'm going to wait a little bit and renew. So I won't be reading as much. I said, how is it that I'm sitting here journaling on the same day it is, and I can't for the life of me remember anything that happened today? I made breakfast and lunch and dinner and did laundry. But that was, I said I was either very engrossed in my cross stitch or the day went by so fast and I don't know how, any idea how. And my kid went out, had no D&D. So that's when he came the next morning, which was this day. He was hungover. All right, now we're back on track. So I woke up this morning to find my dad looking for another pair of those Nikes. I don't have them to show you, but I showed them to you when I did my journal with me for this week. I was actually wearing a pair. He's obsessed with these Nikes. He has a black pair he wears to the store, and he has his original ombre blue pair that he wears around the yard unless it's raining or he's going in the garden. I got a second pair, and the boyfriend got a second. We all have 2 pair of these Nikes. My boyfriend actually later on in the month got a pair of the slides. That's how much we love these Nike slides. Okay, so we went to Aldi. I made pico and taco dip for my kid to take to D&D the next day, and we ended up getting this Italian hoagie from SMP. It's a mini mart near us, and so good. It was the best Italian hoagie I've ever had. Usually we get cheesesteaks there, but I had seen a TikTok where they were making the Italian hoagie, and I was like, I need Italian hoagie. It was so good. I'm actually going to go today. Maybe we'll see. It's actually Labor Day today. Who knows? I read 3 books. We don't judge here. Okay. It's a judgment-free zone. I said I'm so tired all of the time, and I am. It's gotten a little bit better from the beginning of the month. I just want to point that out. I'm still, I have energy in the morning, which I didn't have at the beginning of the month. I have a little bit of energy in the morning, but come afternoon, that's it. I don't want to do anything anymore. I'm so tired. It doesn't help that the boyfriend's been on vacation this week, so we've been doing a lot of running around, and it's throwing off my entire, what I'm used to doing, so it's throwing me off. But I said, I'm back on my iron pills and all of the vitamins that I take. I should start to feel better. And if I didn't, I was going to bring it up at my doctor appointment. I have a doctor's appointment in October. I said, all I've been doing is reading romances, knitting while binge watching Grey's Anatomy for the 100th rewatch. Here is the tag for the Nikes I got on this day. My dad and I both got our Nikes on the same day, our other pair. Yes. By the way, there's another drop coming out. So if you're interested in those, you need to go on the Nike website. It's coming out in September. So this month, they're dropping more of these Nikes. They go quick. And if you can't find a pair, I got mine on Famous Footwear, but they had no men's on Famous Footwear. They have them at Dick's, but only in store. You cannot buy them online. We tried. There's no buying them online for some reason. You have to pick them up in store. My local store had none, but the store in, I think, Philly had them. So we saw local store, it's not really local to me. That's still an hour and a half away. But we saw those stores have some, just none local to me. I have one Dick's local to me, and they didn't have any. And if you can't get it on the Nike store, you have to get them on StockX. That's the place that they I can't even say that word, authenticate them, and you're going to be paying a little bit more, but if you really want a pair and you miss them on Nike, you got to get them where you got to get them. So I slept pretty good, still woke up exhausted. I started a new cross stitch, did laundry. It took everything in me to empty the dishwasher and make dinner, and I'm determined to clean, vacuum, and make stuff tomorrow. Yeah, I was just blah. And my dad got the money back for the shed. We still don't have a shed, you guys, because we can't find one that's not super expensive or junk. So oh, and this is my dad got his pain patches on this day. If you know anything about the pain patches, you know they did not work. Okay, so I'm proud of myself. I forced myself to do all the things on this day, and this is the cross stitch I started. But I forced myself to do all the things. I taught my son how to make taco dip so he could take that to D&D, and read books. Didn't finish the blanket like I wanted to. I wanted to finish the blanket for my son's friend that day, and I did not. So this day we ordered Chinese. This was a D&D day, so it was just me and my dad. I read 2 books, yep, and worked on the cross stitch. And my fortune said your creativity will be a source of inspiration. You're welcome, everyone. Changed my dad's bedding, did his laundry, all that stuff, made BLTs for lunch, and pissed my dad off by saying he was being a dick. He was being a dick. And I don't care. He was. I will tell you how it is, and he was. And why was he? Because the dog peed in his room. So now, Sammy, you guys know I've talked about it. He has Cushing's. He drinks a lot. He's a senior dachshund. Dachshunds have accidents in the house all the time. He never did, but he does now because he's a senior dog with Cushing's who drinks about 7 gallons of water. That's an exaggeration, but it feels like it sometimes. And every time the dog pees anywhere else in the house, my dad's like, it's okay. It's his disease. But if he pees in my dad's room, it's like, and I was like, yeah, you're being a jerk. I don't care. You're being a jerk. I read 3 books on this day, too. It's all I can do when I was this tired. It's all I was doing was reading. Oh, this is the dog peed in his bed in the middle of the night. And slept in it all night long because I had no idea he peed in his bed. I figured this out at 7 a.m. when I went to go pick him up, and he was soaked. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So I did wash his bed. It took me forever. It took forever to wash the bed. Went to Yummy Bowl. Why did we go to Yummy Bowl? I think just because. I made my boyfriend a shirt for his birthday. He got it early because he was going to, must have been the next day, he was going to the baseball game, the Mets game up in New York. And like I said, we went to Yummy Bowl. We went to Yummy Bowl. I finished filming all of my September Build a Journal videos on this day. So this was on the 11th I finished. Yep. So then somehow we ended up at Yummy Bowl. It's not somehow. It wasn't busy. So we stopped and we had lunch. Then we just did nothing for the rest of the night. My head was pounding and all I wanted to do was take a nap. But according to my boyfriend, by the way, I'm insane because I can't just shut my eyes, turn my brain off, and go to sleep. It's not how my brain works. So I had to go for a breast ultrasound this day. Everything's fine. So sick. Like, I understand they're just being cautious because of my family history with breast cancer, but like literally I check myself every month, and I have since I was a teenager. I said this to my neighbor. I said, I have since I was a teenager because I was very impressionable when Brenda on 90210 found a lump. So I've been checking since I was little, since I was freaking young, every month. The boyfriend was cranky because of the weather for the next day. So this day was the day he went to the Mets game, and he was so cranky about the weather because it was supposed to rain and be humid. And I'm just like, when you make plans a month or 2 in advance, you can't help the weather. You're not psychic. So, boyfriend went to the Mets game. I worked cross stitch. This is the boyfriend got the Carhartt Mets hat. He really wanted it, but wanted to try it on. The dog was scared of a storm, so jumped in the boyfriend's chair, and I read a book. This was about it, and I think that we got food. My dad wanted to order food. He loves being able to order food, by the way. Loves it. My allergies were really bad. I had to take Advil cold and sinus, which I hate taking all the time, so. Oh, and this is the day that my dad had been sick for 2 days. My dad was very sick. Nausea, lightheadedness, dizziness. So I made him take that pain patch off. He had the pain patch off for 4 days, and he was in a lot of pain and couldn't take any pain pills. And he was so sick from it. I told him, you need to take it off. I'm like, I don't care what the VA says. You need to take that off because I can't risk him falling and breaking his other hip. And he's already so unsteady on his feet. I was like, no. Oh, and this is the boyfriend got mad at me because I said something about the Mets losing. Oh, and this is when the kid came home and told me he was going out, which is fine. But then he's like, I need dinner now. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you gotta like warn me. You have to call me. You have to text me from work and say, hey, I'm going out. I'm leaving at this time. Can dinner be ready? I got my glue press on this day and I do not regret it. I finished that knit blanket. Finally, I had been working on since January. I'm a very slow knitter, you guys. Very slow. Such a slow knitter. I can crochet like that, but knitting, I'm so slow. Oh, I beat the pork chops so hard to thin out the pork chops that I broke the cutting board. Yep, I broke my cutting board. Let's see, read a book, worked on cross stitch, and ordered Subway for lunch so I wouldn't have to make lunch or dinner. Yeah, hey. Washed the blanket so the kid could take it to give to his friend at D&D. He came home early and texted me from Taco Bell to see if I want to Taco Bell. I'm like, if you're buying, I'll take Taco Bell. Whatever. Taco Bell is my guilty pleasure. I started a new crochet project. It is a Tunisian crochet sunburst pattern that was called Vintage on the Etsy listing, but it's not vintage. It's from 2012. It's not vintage. It was in a 2012 book. My mom called first thing in the morning to see if I wanted to go to Sam's Club with her. So I did. And then I didn't really want anything. She's like, why'd you come? I'm like, to keep you company. So we ran some errands. The boyfriend and I ran some errands. We went to Aldi for freeze-dried apples. Because the dog needs his freeze-dried apples. Dollar Tree for drinks and Michael's for yarn for the blanket. Because I needed new skeins of everything. Because a lot of my skeins that I grabbed to use, I wouldn't have had enough yarn. And a lot of it was from Joanne. Okay, I read a bit. Bought the newest Karen Slaughter book on Pango. And then we watched Taskmaster. We're obsessed with Taskmaster. Do you guys watch it? You should. It's great. Read some books. Made a card for my son's female friend Gabby because he asked me to, and I almost forgot. I also made cards for my mom. She ran out of birthday cards. And I moved the Ninja Creamy to the basement. Why? Because it's so goddamn loud, so we never use it because it's so goddamn loud. And the best ice cream, by the way. Pudding. Make pudding. Freeze it in your creamy container and then spin it on ice cream and then respin it. If it's a little too chalky, add some, you know what I mean, if you have a creamy. Add some more milk or heavy cream or whatever for some more fat and respin it. That's all. It's the best. This is private journaling. And then I read a book and finished that cross stitch. So that cross stitch was finished. I don't remember what this private journaling was about. Oh. Okay. So all I want to do is make a bundt cake. This was the day that all I wanted to do was make a bundt cake. And my kid went to the mall with his friend Gabby and bought himself shoes and 2 shirts, 3 shirts, and a pair of jeans. And then it was nice and cool out, so I was able to make milk bread again because it's just been too hot. I don't like to turn the oven on in the summer, and my boyfriend bought me that, and I finally wore it, so I took the tag off because it was cold on this morning. The Wiener Dog sweatshirt from Target. So I vacuumed and shampooed the rugs and then vacuumed again, of course. I made a chocolate bundt cake, milk bread and dinner, laundry and dishes, and had a really glorious nap. I showered, put a hoodie on, climbed into bed, and just relaxed for a few hours. Okay, so I finally glued the tiles on the wall in the bathroom on this day. There were 2 tiles missing where the built-in soap holder and toothbrush holder were, and they've just been sitting there waiting to go in, and I finally glued them in today. I got the Aida cloth for my new cross stitch, and here it is. I did 742 stitches on this day. I have some private journaling in here, read a book, and I didn't want to cook, so the kid got Chili's for dinner, and everybody's on their own. If I don't want to cook, you're on your own. I don't care. I don't want to cook, you're on your own. Figure it out. 736 stitches this day I did on the cross stitch. I'm trying to do a big chunk of it a day, but with the boyfriend being on vacation, I have not been doing big chunks. I've been doing little pieces. So this was my last night of sleeping alone for the next 10 days. My kid went out again, but not to D&D. I said he has such a great social life. I'm so jealous. At his age, I was married and pregnant with him. True story. I was married and pregnant at his age. Yeah, married and pregnant at his age. Oh, my kid got home at 3:42 a.m. Came in for Advil and tried to have a full-on conversation with me. And I'm like, go away. I'm sleeping over here. And then he's like, well, it's not my fault that Advil's in your room. And I'm like, I don't care that you came in for the Advil. I'm glad to know you're home, but don't have a full-on conversation with me at 3:42 in the morning. Also, the bars close at 2. What were you doing till 3:42 in the morning? Yeah. I read the new Karen Slaughter book. It was very good. I gave it 5 stars. I came to the craft room to make my boyfriend's birthday cards. This was the day before his birthday, so I made 3 birthday cards, and then I used these. I did not record me making the birthday cards because you guys see enough birthday cards, but this is what I used on one of the cards were these baseball hat die that I got. Then we went to his friend's house to grab this soup that is sold by the guy's church, and we got attacked by his very hyperactive, sweet as can be, fluffy dog who just did nothing but circle around in a figure 8 from everybody and just jump up and try to lick your face. It was insane. So the boyfriend didn't want to do anything on his first day of vacation after that, so we just watched Taskmaster. And then this was the boyfriend's birthday. He turned 45. God, he's old. I'm older than him, but God, he's old. That's what I keep telling him. But, you know, I am older than him, so I did 403 stitches today. And if you're somebody looking at this that I know who's watching this going, is that for me? Yeah, it is. Okay. We went to Yummy Bowl for his birthday with his mom. Look how beautiful that flower is. The blooms on this flower are humongous. I don't know what kind of flower it is. I should really Google Lens it. I have no idea, but it's been growing in our yard. And it's a perennial. So it comes back every year. That's what it is, right? Perennial. It's annuals that you have to plant every year. I'm not a gardener. I don't care about gardening. So, yeah, I don't know anything really because I don't care. I could have absolutely nothing but trees in my yard and be happy. Okay, we went to lunch with Yummy Bowl with his mom, then to the store where all he wanted to do was get an ice cream cake. Let's talk about it. All he wanted was an ice cream cake, but have you seen the prices of ice cream cakes in the grocery store? It's insane. So we ended up going to an ice cream shop and got a $15 CMP roll, and it was delicious, and it was $15, and that thing was huge. And the kid brought home nuggets and fries to try that new McDonald's sauce, the special 24 karat, whatever, special gold. It's basically a spicy honey mustard. It's like smoky, spicy honey mustard. Not my thing. I did not like it. I made breakfast for dinner. I made ham and olives. It's one of my favorite things to make. And then I worked on the cross stitch and we watched Taskmaster. That's what we did. The boyfriend said as long as he could have food and Taskmaster on his vacation, he would be super happy. According to the boyfriend, this was his official start of vacation because these were his normal days off. So what does that mean? Nothing. We did nothing. We went to Ollie's and the new Dollar Tree by that Ollie's. And I cross-stitched and we watched Taskmaster. I read, he played Minecraft. That's all we really did. Okay. Oh, look at that Oreo. Those Reese's Oreos are so good, by the way. So I slept till 10 a.m. today. This never happens. It doesn't. I was thrown off by it too. Like, I was groggy and thrown off and had a horrible day because of it. We went to the other Ollie's, the Ollie's we usually go to, and I bought so much stuff. You guys, once again, I said that video is already posted. I will link it down below if I remember when I'm editing and uploading this video, but I probably won't. Then we went to the grocery outlet and the Dollar Tree next to that one, and then we went to Wegmans and the dog food place. I can never remember the name of this dog food place. It's right here. Is the Dining Dog. That's where we went. The Dining Dog to get Sammy special dinner because he finally reached 5,000 followers on TikTok. So it was a celebration. If you don't know, Sammy has his own TikTok. I don't run it. The boyfriend runs it. It's at Sammy the Wiener. At Sam the Wiener? Sammy the Wiener? Sam the Wiener? I don't remember. Then we went to Render's for fried chicken for lunch. And we watched, once again, Taskmaster while I cross-stitched. And I made my kid a pizza because he's like, can I order food? And it was 10:15. And I'm like, no. It's too late. Like, you're going to wake everybody up, and that's all I need is you to wake up your grandfather. And I tell him that all the time. He should not order food after 8 o'clock because he's going to wake up his goddamn grandfather, and then he's freaking pissy, and I have to hear about it. So he's like, well, I said, well, I'll make a pizza. He goes, I'm in the middle of the game. And I said, I'll make your pizza. He goes, you don't know how to make my pizza. Yeah, I showed him. I made his pizza better. I was going to point that out. So it was a long day and did nothing. I did 3 loads of laundry, but that was about it. The boyfriend got us lunch at Santa Fe Taco. I always get Santa Fe Taco is this local taco place, and I always get the grande nachos. Oh my God, they're so good. And he also stopped and got me a caramel latte, iced caramel latte from Dunkin'. And I bought Tiny Bookshop. Have you guys been playing Tiny Bookshop? I'm obsessed. But then I got sick. My allergies were really bothering me. But the boyfriend didn't feel good last night. He thinks I might have had a little stomach bug. And then he had the stomach bug. And this is when I realized I did not have enough pages. Yeah, well, it happens. Okay, so we didn't do anything today. We got hoagies from Wally's. So listen, you might think, you went out to eat a lot. That was the boyfriend's plan. He wanted to get lunch somewhere every day on his vacation. He's been saving up for it. That's what he wanted to do. I'm not going to argue. That's what he wanted to do. So that's what we did. We ate out a lot because it was his vacation and he wanted to. Okay. So we went to Wally Hog, and that's a hoagie, like a little, I don't know what you would call it, but they sell hoagies. They have other things too, but they're known for their big stuffed hoagies, and they're delicious. So he got lunch from there, and then the Gators, my boyfriend's a Florida Gators fan, and they had their first game of the season, and it was 54-0. I think it was 54-0. Let's write that down. Against Long Island University, and it was 0-50. I believe it was 54. I believe. Long Island University is a very small school. Not very small. I don't know how small it is. I don't actually care. I really don't. I didn't barely watch the game. I read. I DNF'd multiple books. I didn't even read. And I played Tiny Bookshop. I've not been feeling any books lately. I keep DNFing like crazy. Oh, I did dehydrate some yellow beans and some onions, green peppers, zucchini, celery, some other yellow beans cut up tiny, and tomatoes to make a soup seasoning with. Yep. And then this was yesterday. What did we do yesterday? Oh, the boyfriend was up before me on this day. This has never happened, by the way, because he could sleep forever. And he literally woke me up by saying, "Are you still asleep?" That's how I woke up. Then we tried to, I said, well, we did replace the storm door handle of the front door. I went to replace it about 2 months ago, and the screw was stripped. So I kept wanting to buy a screw extractor kit. By the way, it didn't work. We bought one at Lowe's and it didn't work. It has to go back. It did nothing but make it worse. So he ended up cutting the screw off, like with a hacksaw from like underneath and came up and just cut the screw to get this off. And then I installed the new handle, and then that was done. The kid went to his dad's house for Labor Day and washed his car, and then that led to him vacuuming his room. I swear to God, it took him longer to vacuum his room than it takes me to vacuum the entire house. So he vacuumed his room, cleaned out and emptied his closet, brought everything down to the basement, by the way. So now I have to take care of it down in the basement, which really pisses me the hell off. But he also promised that he's going to start putting his clothes away, because right now they sit in a broken freaking laundry hamper down here because he put so much clothing in it and never takes it upstairs. So he's promising he's going to start putting his clothes away. But that's what he did at like 8:30 at night. He started this project, and I'm like, why do you got to do this shit at night? Why? Why do you have to do this crap at night? Why can't you just do it at a normal time? He got home at like 5 o'clock from his dad's, but yeah, they cleaned his car, and that led to all kinds of crap. Anyway, this was a long video. I'm sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed a glimpse into my life for August, and I'm quite glad to be done with this. This is not enough room for me, and I regret it every time I do it. But I also like having the smaller pages to work with when it comes to decorating. So it's a double-edged sword for me. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next crafty video. Have a great rest of your day.